Unlike many bombshells during the Trump administration, the latest potential bombshell story out of Washington, which may involve President Biden, was based not on sources close to the White House or an unnamed administration official, but rather on receipts. Bank record receipts, to be precise. Here's what House Republicans uncovered recently, according to House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, RKY. Over the course of several years, members of the Biden family and their companies received over $1.3 million in payments from accounts related to their associate, Rob Walker. The March 16 statement reads, "Most of this money came as a result of a wire from a Chinese energy company and went not only to Hunter and James Biden, but also to Hallie Biden and an unknown Biden. It is unclear what services were provided to obtain this exorbitant amount of money." To unpack this, Hunter Biden, the president's son, is already under federal investigation over his financial dealings. But this is a fresh and potentially scandalous story. What services did Hunter Biden provide to a Chinese energy company that warranted him getting paid more than $500,000 between March and May 2017? What services did the president's brother, James Biden, provide to warrant $360,000 between March and May 2017? Most eyebrow-raising of all, what services did Hallie Biden, the president's daughter-in-law, a private school guidance counselor, provide that warranted her earning $25,000 during that period? And finally, there was a payment of $80,000 to what bank records show only as an unknown Biden. Hunter Biden's former business associate Tony Bobulinski has gone on record alleging that 10% of profits in the past went to the big guy. Bobulinski also has alleged that Joe Biden was that guy, although he has not been connected by Rep. Comer to the newly discovered payments. When finally asked about the payments, President Biden said they never happened. Reporters asked no follow-up questions and did not point out that House Republicans say they have bank records that seem to suggest a different story. And when White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was asked about the Biden family's alleged Chinese payments, she refused to answer, implying to a White House reporter that the accusations are a lie. So, is there a potential story here, perhaps even a huge one? Let's just say that if this story were about the Trump family instead of the Biden family, nearly every reporter in Washington would be chasing it, considering the paper trails, the Chinese source of millions of dollars in fees paid and the ambiguity of services provided. But that's not happening. The Biden bank record story broke on Thursday, March 16. One would think it would have warranted a segment or two on the Sunday morning political talk shows. The lead story was, of course, the potential indictment of former President Trump. But these programs each run 1 hour. Both stories could have been covered. A review of ABC's This Week, CBS's Face the Nation, NBC's Meet the Press, and CNN's State of the Union found that those shows dedicated more than 46 minutes to the potential Trump indictment. Contrast that with the Biden bank record story, which received no coverage on those shows, a complete blackout. That's what media observers call the bias of omission, when news organizations ignore a newsworthy story. The Biden-China story matters for several reasons, not least because China is increasingly viewed by both Republicans and Democrats as America's #1 adversary. Our approach to China has never been more important, whether on national security, human rights, trade, the economy or technology. And on some of these issues, President Biden hasn't seemed as tough as he needs to be, most recently, appearing on a TikTok video at a time when the social media company is under investigation for its reported ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Perhaps only after the release of more evidence, which Representative Comer insists is coming, will most major media organizations give the Biden-China bank record story even some of the attention it deserves. But based on what we've seen over the past 2 years, or even just the past 2 weeks, don't hold your breath.